like a couple of minutes because I actually have my computer here. Hope you guys are doing well as always. Give me 1 second. Today is actually more open forum, open conversation, open topics, and I'm actually going to do a few readings again. I've been getting some requests for that. Last video, I didn't have enough time to go through um, everyone's like information, so hopefully we can get a few in today. So hold on, give me a second. Uh, and yeah, I'll just place my information in the comment section. All right, cool. All right, so weird seeing myself on two screens. Let me close this. All right, let me see who's coming in. I have hair on today. um, but as I said, today is more so open forum. Um, I've I do have a playlist, the Blue Diamond Mystery School playlist, and I've done quite a few videos so far over the past couple of months. So you may want to catch up on a few of those videos if you haven't been, online lately, and getting a few of the messages. Last video I talked about indigo children, the indigo child's origin. We talked about the top being the origin, be from the indigo perspective, and these types of souls being birthed down into themselves, and they are making their way down into their bodies. And whether you are an actual child or an adult, the dissension is actually taking place now. And we talked about the bottom up people, the type of souls that are growing up instead of growing down. And we are meeting each other, not necessarily in the middle, but we are meeting each other in different places within the body, within the map of the body that projects outwardly. And not everyone has good standing, or not everyone is in good standing with that certain parts of themselves when they meet the opposition. All right, so always using the chakra system as just a simple map, probably one of the easiest maps to really go and dive deep into yourself with, when you're trying to figure shit out, like especially the simplest thing. Anything that is causing you anxiety, go figure out which part of the body is most affected when you get anxious, and then just determine whether it's from the upper hemisphere of self or the lower hemisphere of self, and go from there, because it's always going to be honest. Hey, good afternoon. So before I get started, of course, any Cash App, Venmo contributions, PayPal, you can go ahead and click the link in the description box. I also have my Cash App, at least because that's the most popular platform used. $ tarenguy, Venmo at tarenguy if you wanted to just donate and contribute to the message. Also, I'll be doing readings as well. Of course, I book sessions for readings for about a half an hour, 40 minutes. But for a quick 10-minute reading, for your birthday numbers, all I need is, any donation, $20 or over, whatever you feel is best. Just leave your birth date and stay here on the comment section, and I will read into your numbers here live. And, take a little bit of time out to do that, just to say thank you, and just answer your questions. Tonight or today, depending on where you are, I'm going to do things a little bit different. I'm going to incorporate colors into the readings today. I did that with one of the sessions that I had today. So you're going to give me a birth date, and then I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about colors. And that should also bring up a pretty good or interesting reading as well. So again, if you wanted to donate for a reading on your numbers and specific colors and questions, you can go ahead and start going into that. In the meantime, I wanted to know if anybody had any questions in particular just to get something started. Um, there's so many topics always, but I don't like to repeat myself or be redundant too much. I know I talked about a lot. Hi, Bruce Wayne from Texas. Hello, Nikita from South Africa. Hey, guys. Yeah, so I'm just going to wait like a couple of minutes um, just to see if anything comes through. And if not, I'll just go ahead and get started with inspiration of the session that I had today, just to kind of get things started. So it's interesting because the session that I had today with a client, um, we got into the whole triple goddess theory. Yeah, there's actually birds around. Yes. There are like three doves in front of me right now. Where I'm staying, there's like a bird cage and there are some birds around me. Oh, up there. No. No, actually, that's not. That's so funny. Nope. So today, in a session today, we got into the triple goddess theory. And it was a great session because based upon the reading that I gave her, and her responses, she literally graduated into that part of herself. And that is definitely an initiation that takes place for the feminine body, to recognize a three or the thrice version of themselves. And that's special because that means there's no more infighting with your feminine body. And when there's no more infighting, everything changes in your life. Everything gets much easier. And you know how a lot of people claim that you're supposed to have some kind of struggle or opposition in order to learn the lessons, in order to understand life. When you get into your triple, and I'm talking to the feminine energies right now, when you get into your triple goddess mode, there's a wave of pleasure and a call for discipline, but a wave of pleasure that comes in, and you learn about yourself through feeling good. I remember I even had another conversation with someone about what does love feel like, and to some people, love feels like trauma. To some people, love feels like abuse. To some people, love feels like confusion. To some people, love is just sex, and so on. There's so many different, versions of love. But what I've recognized, at least the point in my life right now, is love feels good. It's whatever energies or people are around me and whatever makes me feel good. And and that is not a delusional bubble to live in when you have already graduated through plenty of the struggle classes and the stressful classes and the learn your lesson classes through opposition. It's called going on vacation for a little while from that. So love for me right now feels good. And whatever doesn't make me feel that great, I don't just toss it out as hate or something that is attacking me. I use my love compass literally to pay attention to it. To first of all breathe through it, pay attention to it with love so that I can actually shower it quite literally in my mind's eye and hold it. And whatever this discomfort is, whether it's a certain person around you or a certain situation that's happening, and it just balls up like a ball of stress in your body or in your mind, love making it feel good is kind of like massaging it or undressing or unpeeling or undelayering something through a gentle acknowledgement. So right now, so again, for the feminine body specifically, the triple goddess allows that to happen, and you get through your stresses and your insecurities or whatever it is much smoother. So definitely talked about that. um, Salah, you said you're about to cash app. Okay, cool. So I'll see your cash app come through, and I'm take your numbers down 414. Whatever numbers you give me, you can give me your month, your date, and your year, or you can leave out the year. Whatever you give me, I will go based upon that. Salah, also before you send your cash app or whatever, you can also listen to comments. Two colors that you resonate with. two colors on the spectrum, on the very obvious rainbow spectrum, two colors, Salah. So I'll wait for that donation to come through, and I have your reading ready, and you'll be the first one. Greetings, everyone. Yeah. Okay. I got it from a Latisse Wilson. Is that you, Salah? Because I know YouTube names are different. Thank you for the contribution. But I'm just gonna assume that it is, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do that free speech. You have something coming up as well. I'll write your numbers down, so you'll be the second one. Free speech, when you send your whatever, when I get to you, I'm gonna talk to you specifically. But also think about the two colors that resonate with you. Okay, so I have you as second. Um, so Salah, you said green and purple. Green and purple. Those are interesting colors because I had a dream about green and purple, and it kind of reminded me of Barney. Remember the show Barney? Barney, the purple dinosaur. He's like purple and green, and I don't know why that comes up. Maybe it's coming up because there is an inner child thing going on. But those are two very specific colors, so I'm going to get to that in a second. Okay, so we have the 414. I did talk about the number 14 briefly in general, of that being a completion number, the missing piece kind of number, the 14th piece in the mythologies. And I'm not going to go over those in details because I'm sure you're aware of that for some reason. But just know that it's a completion number. And it is equaling to the number 5. I would like to know the year you were born, though, Salah. Just in general, because there's an incompletion in the fact that you are 14 and you forgot to put the year you were born. Um, just wanting to gather your life path and there being an empty spot for a 14 is already telling me that there is something that you are most likely maybe neglecting or not looking at within yourself, to truly come into your full self. So we're going to talk about, we're probably just going to go through, like, especially through the colors that you gave me, what is that thing that needs to be the completion part of you. 4, we're talking about April. We're talking about 4. 4 is also, of course, connected to the heart chakra. You did give me the color green as one of your colors, so we're just going to start straight from the heart. So a neutral space. There's something about the heart that that people don't really understand because they always correlate heart with love all the time. Um, but the heart beats, which means it also fights. It beats up enemies, brings that blood flow through the body and that oxygen flow through the body so that it's protecting the body. So the heart can be harsh. Thank you, Amy. Uh, Definitely give me your details, Amy. Um, Free speech, got you. So the heart can be harsh, and the heart can be harsh to yourself or to you if you are not listening to it. So I'm just trying to figure out what it is that you are neglecting. So 1989. Okay. So let me do that real quick. For Hold on, I'm a little slow at math. And I'm not gonna rush. I'm gonna take my time so you guys take your time. So okay, this is 9, um, 10, 8, 18, and 9, 27, 9. Ooh. So as I'm writing out your numbers, the 4 and 14 equals 9, and your 1989 equals 9. So I'm getting the 99, and there's a theory that I have on the 99%, which makes sense. You can't upload or download anything into full fruition or completion if it is 99% done. So you know when you're trying to upload a video or something, or upload or download music, and it's giving you the percentage mark, and it says it's 99, 98, 99% uploaded, right? And you're just waiting because it's not technically uploaded until it hits that 100%. Now, one more that's waiting. So there, and then I'm gonna keep this number one up for you, Salah. So one more percent, one more minute, one more month, one more week, one more year. What are you waiting for? Salah, like waiting. What is weighing heavy on your heart? Um, since you brought up purple, I'm gonna bring you up to purple, which means that most of your weight or most of your anxiety is coming from your thoughts and your mind. So your heart has literally been battling or beating or fighting with your mind. Does this make sense or does this resonate? So the heart is actually battling with the mind, which might be causing you some anxiety. The incompletion of that 1%, that that last thing that you need, is the thing that will free you from whatever you're dealing with, anxiety based. Um, Salah, so life path is nine. Nine is the alchemy number. Nine is death. Nine is also life. It depends on how bad you want to get to the value side of yourself, the other side of that fire. Um, Most people are afraid to go through their own fire ring of the nine. So what they do is they just regress back into a lot of spaces. So maybe Salah, as you're going through or completing something and you're about to finish, and then you get to that nine part of you, the ending part, maybe there's a regression that takes place. I've also had that issue as well. I'll be doing so well and I'll be going through so much progress, and then all of a sudden I regress into a traumatic situation. I react to it, I get triggered, and then I start stepping backward instead of moving forward. So is that something that you resonate with? Absolutely. Okay, so one thing, Salah, can you give me one more color? Because I really feel like we can complete this reading with the last color, the third one. One more color, Salah, without thinking for too long about it, because you think a lot, which is why that heart is fighting your thoughts. And it's hard to fight something that is air-based or invisible. So just let me get that color, the third one, because that 99 can turn into something great because it's also the number that is infinite. You multiply nine or add nine with anything, it continues to be itself forever. Yellow. So perfect, Salah. Yellow. It resonates with the number one. Yellow resonates with the sun. Yellow resonates with the solar plexus or the colon. What is there's something that you may possibly not be accepting about your past or yourself that you feel you want to hide. Whatever that is, bring it out in your mind's eye and allow yourself to soothe it and comfort it. I don't know if it's a thing that happened to you in the past that keeps coming up or getting in the way, but it's a yellow that's hosting it because it's still childlike. It's still very beginner's like. It still has a lot to do with the ego, and anything that deals with the colon is dealing with something from the past, because if you do the whole body map, anything that it's about to go through that path of the colon is about to get excreted. It's about to get rejected and ejected out of the body. Filter something out that doesn't belong there and bring it up to the heart. So you might be throwing away or allowing something to waste away that may be a talent, it may be a superpower, it might be an experience that you have just been shunning for whatever reason. Bring it up. And again, you can do this through visual uh, stimulation and meditation by pulling something up from that colon part of you, bringing it up to the heart and allowing the heart to clean it, to clear it. So then there's a fucking 100% feeling so that you can get through to the number 10, to the next thing that comes after, which is more value, more love. Zero is a form of completion in love for sure. Um, so I hope that was like good enough for you for right now, Salah. And if you wanted to continue with just a private session, you can always go to the website in my description box, or sentientnumerology.com and have a full-blown session continuing on from this conversation if you choose to. But I hope that helped a lot and I hope it resonated. Okay, so if anyone, I do have a free speech next. If anyone else wanted to get on the list for a reading, because I'm probably going to take in about a few, like I'm not going to be on here for too long, but I'm going to spend like at least 10 minutes on each reading, if you guys are interested. Um, what's BS? Is somebody saying, girl, stop? I'm looking at the negative comments and no, you stop. You stop watching. Now, one thing that I want to say about these readings is that I'm not a fucking fortune teller. I'm not reading the future. The numbers actually speak to me as symbols and sigils. I'm not claiming to have any special powers, but I clearly have a special connection with numbers. The sessions that I've had have been life changing. I don't go based upon numerology only. That is a surface based way of reading numbers. There's a lot of changes, there's a lot of variety that comes in the energy of the numbers. I was actually thinking about, and I hate writing books. I've been wanting to write some kind of book, but I might do like a very short book on sentient number reading, on sentient numbers, just so that people can like either zoom in to my perspective and make their own thing out of it, or people that are actually interested in how I dive into the actual numbers. I see symbols first and I see value later. So that's how I do numbers, colors. I can look at anything and actually have a conversation with it. So it's just a beautiful way to be and live. And I like to share it through what I do for a living right now, which is this. And it matters, it makes sense. um, okay, so we're going to go to free speech. Free speech, are you still here? 1978. Hold on. It's 10, 7, 8, 15, 25, 7, 3, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8. Okay, life path is 8. Um, okay, so free speech, I believe your life path is 8. 721 July people, as I said in the last video, if you caught that, are special. They are very special with the 7 and the actual purple um, part of the spectrum, the blue and the red, the top and the bottom mixed together. And these particular souls come into the space fully completed from top to bottom, which brings them a purple hue. They have other issues, and they're not perfect, but there's a part of them that that has a mixed understanding of the top and bottom, which makes them very sensitive, super sensitive. So this is why July is associated with Cancer and Leo. And the reason why, from my perspective, from what I'm reading, based upon what the number 7 is telling me right now, because I'm reading the number, um, it's telling me there's even when people say that they're cancers, um, the subconscious can pick up a cue, a subconscious cue, and actually you'll be diagnosed with cancer if you don't watch your energy as you say or claim that you're a cancer. That's how fucking sensitive these types of people are, and these the subconscious field is picking up on it. Um, if this type of person, oh sorry, I'm gonna let the fire truck go. Loud siren. I'm gonna let that pass. I'm gonna let that, and I'm paying attention to my environment as I'm doing this reading too. Um, Cancer. So when a person that is very sensitive and not fully acclimated into themselves and their confidence. Claiming to be a Cancer can give you cancer. So when you're aware of that, you got to understand or redefine what Cancer means. So this is when you place the word Cancer out of the space and go straight to the symbol of what Cancer is, which is the crab. Um, BDH, your birthday is 7/2/88. Okay, so just I'm just asking for any Cash App donations that's at least $20 or more, just to go into a reading for at least 10 minutes on here. So I'm sure I'll see that, and I have you write down as a third person after this reading. So I got you 7/2/88, and you like purple violet. Got it. So go take the word Cancer and go straight to the crab. Go to the symbol, go to the animal or the creature that represents your astrology sign. It takes you away from the, even if you have to like buy like a necklace or get like a something with a crab on it, and try to understand the crab as a spirit animal. The most simple thing that you can see about the crab is that it has a shell. It has, I don't know how many legs does crab have? Six. They have six legs, I believe. I don't even know. The crab is speaking. It feels like nobody pays attention to the crab. I feel like Cancer and crab gets this weird, like it feels like nobody really wants to be a Cancer. Nobody really wants to be associated with the crab. Um, all of these, and just listen to me subconsciously speaking. Um, it's associated with disease. Because, I mean, there's an STD that you can get called crabs. You can get crabs. You can get cancer. You ever thought about that? The fuck is that? Right? So now you got to force yourself as a Cancer to go into that space of rearranging the subconscious meaning. And that is up to you. Um, Also into Leo, because you're right on the cusp. Um, Going into Leo and being the lion, there's also a weird thing going on with July, because subconsciously, when I say the word lion, I could be calling somebody, or I could say that you're lying. You're a liar. The lion is a liar. You have Cancer. You have crabs. You're a lion, motherfucker. See, the negative connotation subconsciously to a person that is not aware can literally have issues simply being placed in an astrological claim that they may not fully understand. Uh, Gang stalk simulation, I gotta remove. I am not being gang stalked, and if I am, my field will fuck motherfuckers up. So I'm not worried. Um, so I just wanted to just I barely talk about astrological stuff with signs, but the Cancer and the Leo has come up for you. Free speech, what do you claim? Do you claim Cancer or Leo? Also, 21 being the three, we were talking about the triple acceptance, whether male or female, but mostly feminine energy. 21 is also that number. We spoke about that in the last video, where there's a wise maturity of, like, even, you know, at least here in America, in order to go into like a certain space, or drink or smoke, you know, you got to be 21 and over. 21 is a chosen age of being an adult, correct? In the occult side of things, or the energetic side of things, with the numbers agree. 21 is a special number that brings out three, which three, this part of three means a wisdom child or a wise child. Someone that is not fully grown, but is wise enough to make specific types of decisions. Um, what I'm seeing about 21 is, just because your birth date has 21 in it does not mean that you get that 21 badge, because 21 is tricky. 21 will turn backwards on you, and turn into 12. It'll turn into 12 if you're not mature enough to deal with certain wisdom that is bestowed upon you, especially being on the cusp. You don't have an easy birthday. Your journey has not been easy. You were born in 1978, so you were born of a certain time. So in between millennial changes, I would love to have free speech. I would love to have a session with you specifically about this if you're down for it. Um, because I've I've never seen 21 turn into 12 and 21 like that in my mind's eye until I saw your birthday. And the Cancer Lion thing or the Cancer Leo thing also has a thing with you. So I would love to dive deeper into that because there's something else there, and I would like to talk to you personally if that is something you would like to do as well. Your life path being an 8, that's something that needs to be addressed in detailed format because 8 is the holder and the key of life and death before 9. It is the heavy hitter. It is the 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 symbol that has the settling. So if you look at hourglass with the sand clocks, hold on. When you look at the sand clocks or an hourglass, there's always the time is the heaviness. The time is what brings down the sand to the other side of the hourglass clock. And there's just a gravity heaviness that welcomes or that pulls down. That is the normal frequency of 8. Um, uh, 8 knows gives you a pause when you could take the sand clock or the hourglass and place it sideways to pause time, but that is it is not just to keep it paused for yourself. That is called a timeout. um, you can give yourself a timeout for a little while if 8 allows you to. If you are in the consciousness of rest and you tell yourself, listen, I've been kind of flip flopping a lot. 12, 21, Cancer, Leo, cusp person, flip flop. So that's what I'm getting from you, flip and flop. So let's just take a time out and turn your 8 this way just for a moment and take this moment just to breathe and understand what I was saying in the first place. Um, so yes, free speech. I hope you're still there, but um, do I vape? Yes, I vape. I don't buy vapes. I share vapes if I'm with someone that has a vape. Vapes are, I was actually gonna make a whole video on vapes because it's so popular. And there are some people that understand vaping, and there are some people that just want to do it for show. It is connected with smoke, with the element of smoke, actual smoke. And there's a lot that you can do with the smoke of vape if you understand the element first, which is it comes from the element of fire, smoke itself, but it's its own entity. It is a byproduct of something. Vapes is not necessarily that, but it is associated with that. I'm saying. So there's a lot of similar laws or natural laws that come with the actual vaping. So I'll probably do a video on vapes. Um, Also, and I don't want to say this, I didn't want to say this because I don't want to make any legal claims or anything. But what I noticed is that the younger kids that are smoking vapes today, they're actually inhaling the vape. Now, I didn't know this. I somehow knew that when I opened a package of vape, like a vape package for the first time, I intuitively knew not to breathe it in. What it reminded me was, common sense wise, was hookah. It reminded me of hookah. And when you smoke a hookah, you do not inhale the hookah. It is made for taste. It is made for socializing the smoke, not inhaling the smoke. It is a spiritual thing too. It is a social. entertainment thing, and it's also a spiritual connection, the hookah. And when I look at vapes, I look at it like a hookah. And there were people that said, yeah, of course I inhale the vape. So I'm like, yo, I don't know if that's dangerous or not. I don't know if that's okay or not. Could somebody look into that? Because I seriously, I tell people, I'm just like, I don't think you're supposed to be inhaling a vape, and they don't have instructions on the fucking box to tell you that. So I think younger kids, they assume they just, and then they start to fuck, they inhale the vape, and then their bodies actually adjust to the inhale of it. And I'm like, whoa, I can't even fathom what that fucking feels like. So I just wanted to put that out there since somebody asked about vape. Thank you, Tony, for your cash out. Um, that's something that I'm kind of concerned about because even with the lungs, um, when COVID hit, it hit the lungs. Like the lungs was the area that was affected. It was people's breathing that was affected. And I don't know if it was more so of a futuristic to the past message of this whole vaping craze. I'm not blaming vape. I do not want to get legally in trouble for saying shit like this. I'm just saying look into it. And for me, in my common sense based world and being of a certain age, I knew not to inhale vape. So I'm just gonna stop right there. That's it. Um, okay, so the person's birthday who was July 2nd, 1988, I have you next. But I am just waiting if you still wanted the reading. Anybody that wants a reading, any donation $20 or over, I'm here for you. Um, and if you want a full session, you can just book on my website, sentientnumerology.com. So this is more so just an open forum. We're talking about readings, or we're doing readings, and we're just having a conversation. Um, and I really appreciate you guys because this is again something that I'm very passionate about. So anyone that pays it forward through this, you're on a great side, a great side of things. Um, Let me see. I don't know. How do you guys feel about the whole vape thing and what I'm saying? Like, who inhales it? Um, N- Nikitra, I want to host a retreat this year. Maybe we can create a stream of income. I'm open to retreats. I actually would love to do one. It's just a lot of planning, and there's a lot of simple things in my life that I needed to plan first before planning a retreat. But if you got something open and ready and you need me there or would like to have me there, I am open to collaborating with stuff like that. Absolutely. 100%. Someone said losers do. I don't know. Um, the vaping is associated with the soul. I remember when I saw vaping, I saw um, I saw like a pulling in of someone's life force and an intentional, like people, witches and warlocks that vape, they vape with intention. Sure, you guys know that, especially here in LA. There are witches and warlocks everywhere. Everyone does everything specifically for a specific reason. You never know who's casting spells on you here. You never know. They could be vaping right in front of you, casting a fucking spell. All right. So you just got to understand the elemental side of it so that a person's intention does not affect you if it is not in the best interest, or in the best mind of whatever you have going on. Tony, your birthday is January 8th. That's my mother's birthday, who passed, 62. Tony, aka T Boss, any donation $20 or more, I'll get you a reading for sure. That's a very special birthday. So I got you written down. As soon as I see the Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal, I'll go right into it because you'll be next. I am legit. Thank you for saying that, Cozy Cohen. I appreciate that. I appreciate you seeing my passion for this shit because it's not bullshit. I tell you, I was on my last session with someone and I was speaking to her pregnant cat. Her cat is pregnant and I was speaking to her cat and she knew, she fucking confirmed. I didn't know her cat from anywhere. We confirmed a few things. Yes, I was actually talking to her cat. All right? So like I don't know, I can't explain this shit, but like it's just got even more sensitive, especially just after COVID and after being here in LA and like after making an album, after making music, like my senses, my intuitive senses kind of like enhance. So I wasn't doing this before. And I'm just like, what? I can speak to plants and animals and trees and cement and cigarettes and vapes and numbers and colors and oh my god, I can speak to anything because it's really molecules, it's molecular communication. So this table that I'm sitting at can have a message for me and it'll be correct because I know how to somehow communicate with the molecular structure of the table. Can't explain it, you know? Victoria Holmes, I got your Cash App. Is that you, Tony? Thank you, Victoria. How you do? No one has called me Offset in so long. Hey, Kevin. Well, good. I'm glad you looked in. You can watch the video back. Offset. Oh my God, I have not been called Offset in so long. Oh, I forgot that that was a big part of my my like YouTube experience and career. So wow, Kevin. Um, I'm assuming that was you. You sent the Cash App VDH. Okay, VDH, that was you, Victoria. Got it. Okay. So VDH, can you repeat what your birthday is so that I make sure that I have the right thing? Maggie, and then I have Maggie, birthday 1/9/1976. I got you, Maggie, 100%. So Maggie, you'll go after VDH. I just want to confirm VD. Okay, 7288. Got it. I was waiting for you, VDH. Okay, this is 9, 18 plus 8, 26, 8, 17. Okay, your life path is 8. Got it. All right. So 7/2/88. So you're another July. And I had this whole thing on July VDH. I'm sure you were here for it. John, I see you. Um, so let me just make sure I'm looking at the notifications correctly and I'm writing everything down. Okay, VDH. I did a whole thing on July saying that it's a very sensitive time for these types of souls to come through this portal of July. Also, to continue in the July conversation, we talked about the Cancer, we talked about the Crab, we talked about the Lion and the lying, right? These subconscious connotations that can be misinterpreted and actually can work against our energies. Cancers have a hard time because they're sensitive to this. Leos are more bold, but Leos actually are get triggered the most, especially in August. Leo, you're triggered so fucking much. All right, so it's like there's a trigger with that level of Leo. Lying, July, the name, the subconscious lie part is coming up. The Jew is associated with the judge. July, the judge, lie, judge, lie. Okay, there's a judgment factor because it's It's associated with the crown. It's associated with 7, with completion of the entire map of the body. I'm assuming, I'm not saying in my intuition, I'm feeling that people born into 7 specifically or July specifically are up for judgment. Are you lying or not? It's a judgment number. That's why. Cancer or cancer, crabs or crab, lion or lying. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's a serious fucking number to be born into as your month. So, are you lying or not? All right, we got that. Now, the two. Um, the two is a lunar number. I see two eights. There's like this 88. The two, the swan. It feels good. I actually wrote your birthday out on a clean piece of paper. So, what I'm even seeing about your energy is that you are clean, you are clear. There's more so of a celebratory factor around your birthday, around who you are, VDH or Victoria. Even your name, Victoria, is of victory, the victorious one. So there's a celebration happening with your energy, and it's a really good one. So that's all I want to say there. Your life path being in, I wrote 17 down before 8 because your graduation scale, literally from 1 to 7, the full graduation scale of the body of the map of the simple chakras, 1 through 7, completed, which gives you the key to 8. So you didn't have the 8 yet until, because 8 is tricky. Like 8 does not play. Like if you're not ready to indulge in that life path, it'll literally stick around. But if you fuck around with it, like if you're playing around with energies or casting spells or dipping into like certain witchcrafts and so on, and you're like an 8 person, you better know what the fuck you're doing, or else you might fuck around and die. You know what I mean? Because that's how serious. The later you get to the later part of the numbers or the latter part of the numbers, the more serious things get. 0, 1, 2, 3. These are light-hearted numbers. These are beginners numbers. These are the children of the beginning. So there's more forgiveness with those that are more on the first part of the ladder than towards the end. Um, hold on for 1 second, guys. Give me a second. I hope you guys can hear me. Um, so yes, you have clean and clear. 1 to 7 completion. Is there a, can you give me a color, VDH? Let me read your comment. I see, first of all, I see a neon green heart. So I just see that emoji. I'll take that into consideration. But VDH, can you name 2 colors specifically? I feel you, and I'm not Jew lying these days. Thank you so much. I feel really good too. It's not been easy with the shadow work, but I do feel like I'm graduating. So I'm glad that you were able to confirm that, Victoria. But just to end out on your reading, just give me 2 colors that resonate with you the most. The first being the most resonant, and the second being like the secondary. White and royal blue. It's interesting because your typo, I'm looking at everything, says white land royal blue, even though I know you mean white and royal blue. So we're gonna let that L stay there because that's not an accident. Some typos are not accidents. When you that's another thing, subconsciously reading, like when you make a typo or a mistake in texting or something and you can't correct it, read into the actual language of your mistake. And sometimes the truth is right there. Okay, so royal blue. So white. White would be your primary. Okay. Green screen is coming up because green and white are very similar to that. The screen, I'm thinking of like a blank projector screen, like a movie theater screen, or like the white wall where you can project a movie onto like a white wall. This white, but mostly for screening. Screening is popping up. I saw your green emoji heart, which kind of looked like green screen green to me. I always say that the heart chakra is associated with green because it is the earth's green screen. It is a true intake and projector because of the magnetic field of the heart and the aura being that green that literally creates the virtual reality of everything, because the green screen can pick up on any thought and project it outward as your reality. So your heart can literally do that with the magnetic field. Your reality literally is based upon your green screen, your green heart, your chakra. So what movie are you creating for yourself? Through your heart projecting what your mind is ingesting. So the mind and the heart, and maybe you did say royal blue, and I'm pointing to the third eye or the sixth chakra, which would be indigo or a royal blue like. So this is what it's confirming that your mind and heart, to remember that it's the ultimate intake of information, thought creation, and projection from your green screen part of you and point of view. So I don't know if you're into movies or if you're into writing or creating, what your passion is artistically, but maybe it has something to do with film, like literally. Um, so just recognize that. I guess the white and royal blue brought me to green though. But the royal blue just kind of dropped down into that space of the heart. So green and white, beautiful. I'm looking in front of me and there's a green plant against a plain white wall. So that is beautiful. So I'm glad that I was able to confirm some things for you. So thank you for that, for trusting me with that. Um, I do have another. I think your name is John. Um, you have January 9th, 1976. Let me just do the. Let me just write that down again. 1/9. 1976. And again, if any, and I'm after this, I'm gonna pause for a moment and just, see if you guys have any questions or about anything, and just get back into it if needed or necessary. Okay, let me just do the math. This is 10, uh, 23, 5, 15, 6. Okay, January. You're the phantom person. January is associated with October. So either 10 or 1 for you. So I'm just going to use or go with 1 for right now, but just remember, because even your 1 plus 9 equals 10, and 10 is October. So October is actually pulling you in, John. Your January is there, but October is asking you to pay more attention to it because this is your Scorpio side that you are phantomly. Your Earth side in Capricorn, you are very comfortable in, but you are not necessarily comfortable in the Scorpion side of you or the water side of you. And you don't want to go to war against yourself just because you don't understand this part of yourself. So if you kind of jump into the October realm of self, even if you have to write it on a piece of paper as 10/9/1976 to allow your eyes and your registry within self to absorb the October. And you can see that it is 1/9 or 10/9. You can see that it's similar but not the same. You can see the frequency and resonance of the numbers that are telling the truth. So October is pulling you in. October is also saying, uh, you've celebrated your birthday already this year. Celebrate another one on October 9th. Like you have permissions from the cosmos to actually take your phantom birthday, and when October 9th comes up, celebrate it as your birthday, which is a beautiful gift because that doesn't happen to everybody. Like, there's processes and steps to even get to claim a different level of the calendar, when you're not there yet. Not everyone's there to receive that. So that's beautiful. So you have another birthday coming up. So this journey, because it's a while until we get to October, you have a lot to step into when it comes to your feminine and your watery self. I'm assuming you're a man because your name is John. You can confirm for me here. But if, being a man and having a life path of 6 is you calling into your feminine side. Now, 6 and 9 or 9 to 6? That's the question. 6 to 9, if I'm looking at your life path first, um, it brings to 69, which brings me to Cancer. And we had the conversation about Cancer earlier. 6-9 is also associated with Cancer. Um, the eyes, there's something going on with your eyes. I don't know if you've been getting headaches. Is the person on here, because I would hope that he is, because and again, even if you just pay like the next half of whatever the full reading is, you don't have to pay full price. Like, I really want to talk to you about this. Oh, Stray Panther, you're John? Okay. So with the eyes, I don't know if you've been getting headaches or anxiety based upon what you've been seeing, if your eyes are really sensitive, but there's something pointing to your eyes. I always say that COVID or corona, the coronavirus is the virus of the iris. The crown, the head, the mind, the iris. The virus. The iris is connected to the virus. It's just add a V. And it's based upon sensitive eye absorption from the pupil. Had a whole video on this shit. The pupil, when you look at the pupil or look at the word pupil, it means student. So our pupils, when they dilate, when they get bigger, they're absorbing more data and information. When they get smaller, of course, they're saying, no, that's too much information, stay out. So it's a protective field. The iris protects the pupil. The iris protects the student, the soul. The fucking pupil is probably the most important part of our lenses and how we receive and how we project. So when the iris is not operating well and there's a virus in the iris of the eye, the pupil starts to receive things that are not meant for it to receive or that it's not ready for. So then people get really fucking, they go through a lot of mental health issues that should not have been, because they don't know how to receive the data that is being brought to them through what do you call it, stimulation to the simulation, I should say. So let me look in your let me see how you are. You said you get migraine headaches. So John, migraines are not regular headaches, so this is something that you are confirming. Okay, so John, the first thing that I want you to do is buy a specific pair of sunglasses. These are special sunglasses because you're buying them with this awareness. Um, get to know your frame that you prefer, and I'm not talking about sunglasses that you have already. It is now time to buy a specific pair of sunglasses to actually calm your pupil down. So whatever those sunglasses are that you buy, it is now associated with your pupil, and it turns the sunglasses into something else, an actual what do you call it? Like an actual tool, like a divinity tool for yourself. So then you can say, no, these are my special glasses. So look into that, whether brand, frame, color. Really take your time and do it, and allow your pupils to actually heal in behind those screens. Um, so it'll probably like help your migraines as well, just in general. Okay, Maggie, I see you. 1976. Maggie, I did. Oh shoot, hold on. Maggie's birthday. Yeah, but John, she's reading my birthday. Wow. Maggie, John, how are you connected now? This is no accident. And I saw that there was a typo, that there was a mistake that was coming up, but nothing's ever a mistake. Maggie, how do you feel about what I'm saying right now, even though I was talking to John? Maggie is clearly a messenger because her birthday is actually talking to somebody else that needed to hear a message that wasn't even his in the first place. There's no lie, there's intertwining, there is rerouting. The way that this energy works is it works in a spiral chaotic form. So it's nothing wrong. There's and it's a beautiful connection that you pause. I can see your comment and you said, "Hey, this is my birthday. You're talking to John." So let's just put that out there and I think that's a beautiful thing. Now, Maggie, hold on for a second. Hold on for 1 second. Let me see. I'm trying to see if there's responses even from John. Maggie, what is your birthday one more time so that I can make the cross connection and just complete this? Because it's actually a beautiful thing. Uh, and Maggie, just let me know also if that message also resonates with you. It's a very specific one. It's not general. So Maggie, please let me know if you've had issues with um, your eyes. I don't sense that you do. I see 6 and 9, which told me to tell him something. But when I talking to you, Maggie, I see your 9 with the life path of 6, which is the opposite. The glasses totally resonated with me. Okay. So maybe that's for you as well if that resonates with you. I just not killed, but killed two birds with one stone with that message. I'll just continue to read the birthday. I need to know what John's birthday is though, so that I can like make it like work. Give me a second. Um, let this siren pass. Um, 5/17/1985. I got you, Janelle. So again, if there's any oh, I see John's birthday, 124. 1979. Of course, you're still in January, right with Maggie, John. And you're a 124, which places you at October 24th. That's actually a celebrity's birthday, 10/24. So you got the Scorpio and you got the Aquarian energy. Because John's birthday is 124, Maggie's birthday is 19. So they both have the phantom birthday anyway that places them in October frequency. I said that October is calling for them actually to not leave their Earth Capricorn selves, but go explore their Scorpion selves because they're not used to being Scorpios because they're Capricorn. So I'll just explain briefly what this means. The first 3 months of the year are the same as the last 3 months of the year. Thank you, Misha. Um, January is October. February 2 is November, 11, 2 and 2. And March is 3. December is 1, 2, or 12, which is 3. So January, February, March, October, November, December. Place them on top of each other. They're phantom. They're communicating, even though they're on the opposite sides, at least in the linear side of things, of each other. It's like a sandwich. So you can put January on top of October, or you can put October on top of January. You can pick 10 or 1. And that's what these two birthdays are doing. They're choosing where the energy is calling for their October to come through, adding the 0. Now, the only way you can really, and I told Maggie, I told John this, but I'll tell you this, Maggie, celebrate your birthday on October 9th. John, celebrate your birthday on October 24th. Your birthday passed already, celebrate your phantom birthday. And I'm talking to anybody out there who has a phantom birthday. Celebrate the other birthday too. You have 2 birthdays. So maybe these types of people also kind of thought they were suffering from bipolar, or thought that there's like this odd personality thing going on, um, with these frequencies kind of interfering with each other. Capricorns are extremely different from Scorpion energy. They're not even really that compatible in love, you know. So it's like if you have both of these energies in you on a primary level, on the sun side level, I should say. Um, let's just say it's just another one existing. Um, hold on, let me get Maggie's um, life path for a second. Um, 26, 8, 7, 8, 15. And it's funny, Maggie, because you and John have the same life path. You guys are very similar. Maybe you guys need to meet. John's life path is a 6. Maggie's life path is a 6. I can't make this up. So clearly the energies are not that far apart from each other. Your 24 equals 6. His birthday is 9. Like there's a 6996 situation here. Um, he was born 1976. Maggie was born 1976. John was born 1979. 6996 yet again. What is going on with the energies of Maggie and John right now? Fuck. This is amazing. I don't know. You know what I would do with Maggie and John? I would totally do this just for like I want to have like a Zoom conversation with both of you guys. Maggie meet John. John meet Maggie. The birthdays got mixed up, but they have fucking connecting numbers and um so just to kind of close that out though. Cuz I'm like John, Maggie, John, John. They're similar ages too. 1976, 1979. Capricorn Aquarius though. Both Scorpion though, right? No, that is wrong. That's the incorrection. Maggie is with Libra, 10-9. John is with Scorpio, 10-24. That's the correction. That is a actual um that needed to be corrected. So Maggie, Libra. Start associating yourself with your Libra self. Go from Capricorn to Libra, from earth to air. Um, Libra, your Maggie, your life path is 6. Start paying more attention to your beauty. Libras are, uh, and I'm not, again, I usually don't do astrology with signs, but it's coming up right now. Um, Beauty is a big thing for you. I don't know if you haven't been feeling beautiful, or if you're looked at because of your beauty, but beauty is a big thing for you. It's a big power field for you. Claim that. Capricorn feeds that, but Libra exudes that. Libra is more exaggerative in beauty. Libra is just like, I'm here and I'm beautiful. Libra is luxurious. It's luxury beauty. It's on purpose beauty. It is beauty. It is pretty and beautiful and luxurious. And are you treating yourself nice, Maggie? Are you getting your nails done? Are you like buying the lipstick because you want it? Are you doing your hair right? What makes you feel sexy, Maggie? Because you're a nine, so you can actually be neglecting that part of you in your nine. So be beautiful. Dive into your beauty. I'll stop there with Maggie and John. Um, and I think I'm going to do one more because I do have one more in the queue. I believe they did send a Cash App. Janelle, Janelle 5/17/1985. Janelle, are you still here? I just want to know that you're still here. And if you are, let me just see you in the comments really quickly so that I can follow with any confirmation of what I'm saying. Do you think we can change the law to get paid from social media? I don't know. I don't know what laws you're talking about because I think people are getting paid from social media, correct? Sexy, sweetie, subtle. My birthday is January 16th, 1976. What date in October should I celebrate? Add that zero, sexy, sexy, sweetie. Add that zero. What does that say? That says October 16th. Now that's only if it. Now you're 116. You know, you can send me a cash app if you want to, sweetie, sexy, sweetie. But that's Sade's birthday. That's Aaliyah's birthday. It's a very special birthday. It's a very special birthday. You might want to stay in that frequency for right now. Not everybody has to dip down into their phantom all the time. Uh, Janelle. Okay, I see Janelle is here. Let me see what Janelle's name is here. Someone said Janelle is here. Swift, where's Janelle's handle? Because I just want to make sure I'm following when I'm speaking about Janelle. And in the meantime, I'll get the life path. 85, 18, 9, 23, 5, and 4, 9. Life path is 9 for Janelle. Okay. There's a lot of stuff coming up from the gut um, that I even feel, even myself. A lot of stuff that needs to be cleared and accepted. Delusion has to also be seen as a real thing. Delusional people, what they seem to do, and I'm not calling Janelle delusional, this is just a thing that I'm feeling as I'm writing the numbers down. What delusional people do is they create a truth that feels better so that they can feel better. And it's not true, though. It doesn't mean that it's true. This delusion can offset borderline personality disorders, schizophrenia, um, a lot of uh, borderline switchover world stuff. I'm just saying this out loud just because I sense it. I have to say it. Delusion, denial, right? Denial and delusion. They say the Nile River is not just a river, you know. The Nile, denial. So delusion is coming up a lot with just the gut. Um, here's how you deal with delusion. Don't lie or create a lie. Thank you, Janelle. I see you. Don't create a lie that makes you feel safe. Let's talk about cheating. If you feel that your spouse is cheating on you, right? The woman most likely would pretend that he's not, or tell herself that he's not, he's not, right? So your gut is saying he is, and your mind is saying, no, he's not. So then you create a truth to try to convince you that he's not, right? Instead of actually just confronting something. Here's how you deal with something like that: pretend that he is. Just do the opposite shit. Get over it. Get through it already. He is. He's fucking around. Oh, your stomach feels a certain kind of way. What you gonna do about it? That's how you deal with delusion. You don't want to drive yourself crazy over something that is probably true, but you're trying to convince yourself that it's not, just so you feel better, like a band-aid. Stop doing that. Just have to put that out there. So it's just like, yo, if he is, or if she is, or whatever the fuck, communication lines are open. Just deal with it. Be like, yep. Now, what would I do? How would I feel? How can I deal with this? Does it hurt? How do I make it feel good? Because the whole point is to feel good, not to feel bad. Because love makes you feel good. I always say that. Real love actually wants you to feel good, satisfied, pleasured, happy, full, content. Anything outside of that are lessons of love, but real love actually wants you to feel good. So love yourself for real by making yourself feel good about something that is shitty. So if it's shitty, make yourself feel good about what is shitty. And that doesn't mean go and like attack or like do some shit to a person that you think is hurting you. No, how could you make yourself feel good without involving the other person? That's how you deal with that. Like that's a straightforward arrow. And that literally might be the shortcut to the very thing that you need and that you want anyway. That was just a message that has nothing to do with Janelle, or does it? Janelle? Am I talking to you, Janelle? Sarah said masturbate. Yes. The fuck? Sometimes you can visualize the motherfucker cheating with somebody and get off from it and release and say, oh shit, I watched and I liked it. Bye. Thank you, Sarah. The fuck? Somebody's honest about this shit. Cause sometimes you're like, yo, like this is the only way to like survive is I gotta really make myself feel good. Um Now, okay, looking into Janelle's stuff, 517, that's the 8, that's the 1 through 7, 9 life path. Janelle, was that about you? Because that, as soon as I wrote your birthday down, that's what came up, like all of that stuff. So please confirm if that was the reading. Also, Janelle, can you just give me like 2 colors, a primary and a secondary color? You can deal with that with abuse too. So there's a lot of people that have been molested, and I'm the only real psychologist sometimes that tells people to go back in time and like if it felt good, even though it was a violation and it was rape, right? But you somehow had an orgasm at like 8 years old. You need to acknowledge that. You need to say, yo, that shit felt good. You have to do that in order to really heal from it. You can't say it was wrong when it wasn't all the way because your body reacted in a way that made you feel good. So people get confused. Kids, they're like, yo, like this shit happened to me. I liked it, but it was wrong. I liked it, but it was wrong. That can fuck somebody up. Like that can really like do a lot of stuff. So even with abuse, you can kind of like pierce into that delusion too and just tell yourself the truth. Um, blue and red, blue and red. Okay. Yeah, somebody said what? Yeah, like that's that's extreme social, that's extreme shadow work. Extreme shadow work. That's like, yo, I'm gonna go straight to Satan. That's satanic. That shit is satanic, man. To go and think about being molested and like liking it, that's satanic. And it's a realm that actually exists. So you have to visit there. The fuck? Like if God exists, so does Satan. And Satan has a place in the world. Like you gotta go there because shit happened to you that was not right. Correct? God God sends you down sometimes. God says, no, you gotta go to the other side with that dark shit. Cause I'm not holding it. Satan is, he is. Go talk to that motherfucker. Here's the keys. You need protection, here's keys, but you gotta go to Satan's door for that. So that's shadow work. That's actually the other side of the journey that people just don't go to because they're scared and they say Satan is evil. Nah, Satan is holding your trauma. That's what Satan is doing. He's holding all of your records of trauma, dude. So go visit because it's yours. It happened to you, or you might have created it. You know what I'm saying? So that's like that's God because God is Satan. Satan is God. They're the same entity separated on two sides of self, black and white, dark and light, day and night. You can't have one without the other. It's very simple. It's very simple. So you said blue and red. Janelle is a mystery because Janelle's birthday is not speaking to me, and I don't believe the colors of blue and red. Janelle, you see, I don't read into stuff if it's not giving me anything. Janelle, what's up? I'm gonna flip something around. I'm gonna pay attention to the 17. I'm gonna flip it around because my 1 and 7, me writing it down on paper, it looks like a U upside down. So I'm gonna make turn your 17 into a letter, and it's called U. U turn. A U. A U. So in seeing that, it's telling me to now look at your name, Janelle. Ooh. In your name, I see the prefix for January, and I see the ending as L. The number 9 is a life path, alchemy or death. So the question is, what are you afraid of? Because whatever you're afraid of is literally ruling over you and it can kill you. You're welcome, Straight Panther. Uh, yeah, I don't see a response from Janelle here. But like, what are you most afraid of? L, a real L, a ELLEL, like an L, like we have L magazine, right? Hold on, I'm sorry, there might be sound in the background. Can you guys hear me? Hold on for a second. So if you guys can hear me, ELLE, like like L magazine. That's a different kind of L. That's an L that has completed what I was telling you guys about, like piercing into delusion, facing their biggest fears, understanding their black and white side, their extremes, and conquering it, and creating art from it, and making themselves grow from it to the point where they are now in a luxury point of view with anything that they were once at war with. That's an L, ELLE. Then you have an L, which is a gun. L is lead, L is Saturn, L is that gun. And that gun is different. That's a different L. So which L is it, Janelle? So I'm hoping, Janelle, that you choose to listen as far as like getting into your extremes and not being afraid of what pops up for either side of it. Um, because EL and then LE, they're just backwards and frontwards, they're just reversed, which means the energy itself is like an opposition energy that has merged. Um, so I'm even looking at the letters, and the two L's together looks like the number 11. Create boundaries, Janelle. 11 is a number of boundaries. So all you have to do is create the fucking boundaries. Create rules to your shit, to your life, so that other people cannot step. There should be consequences and disciplined behavior from you if somebody oversteps a boundary. So the reason why we feel afraid of everything is because we literally have no boundaries. So shit don't be feeling right because we just let the shit in. So if you don't like something, and it checks off everything in your energy field, like, nah, this shit was not right, then there has to be consequences to that, even if it's leaving, if it's walking away, if it's expressing it. But in the boundary, let the boundary take care of the rest. What I learned from boundary creation is that if you're arguing with someone in your boundary, they're already crossed it. Real boundaries do not bring you into an argument. You get to preserve your energy and you let them argue with themselves. So that's all I'm saying. Damn, wow. I really want to talk to Janelle. Where is she? Janelle, okay, if you're listening to me, because I don't see any comments from you or any confirmation, just email me at tarenguy@gmail.com, please. Because I would like to like speak to you. That's all I'm saying, Janelle. Oh my gosh. Um, so my battery is getting a little low, so I'm gonna close off here. I've enjoyed speaking to you guys. This has been very interesting, very eye-opening for me, even. But we're here, we're in it, you know. So if anybody would like to get a reading, you can book an actual long form reading, like a 30-minute, at sentientnumerology.com, or the link is in a description box if you wanted to schedule an appointment with me, or a session, I should say. And if you do want a quick reading, like a 10-minute reading, I'm open to doing that as well. For any donations, it's $20, 25, whatever, you know, just kind of like using your discernment. And I can even send you a written form of your reading as well. You know, just to offer that reciprocity, for donation based things. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I might just do this like every Friday. It might just be a free, what is it, open forum Friday or free form Friday kind of thing, where I just come on here and just get to know you guys better through your numbers and colors and, you know, status and names and all of that. So let's continue this. Let's keep doing this. I'm glad you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.